Right now, good people telling about good old people. It's fun to come to down at 310 South Main. I'm telling you, good people, you buy nothing but the best.
دیو تیوی این کارها را فقط به دلیل علاقه زیاد به شما انجام می‌دهیم. دیو تیوی.
Late 70s DJ. Hopping and popping and popping with the best bet for the boss beat at the top of the pop smash. Go! Shout, Dave. Plays the record. 1978. The top of the Pops movie, one of the top three, was Animal House. And you know the part where the whole thing goes, shake, a little bit louder now, shake, a little bit louder now, shake, a little bit softer now. And it focuses on Belushi's face. And you know these is really famous. And we'll call that sing-along. The roof is on fire. We don't care. Let the motherfucker burn. And you know the haircut I'm talking about is one of the most famous African-American haircuts in history. House Party. House Party 2. I hope that haircut comes back. If I had hair, I'd have one. Hey, so one of the most famous shout-out alongs when I was a kid in the early 60s was tied in with civil rights, and that was Marvin Gaye and the Motown Sound, baby. Hey, and the worse you sing it, the cooler it is, especially if you're driving and your girlfriend is there or your sisters and they're completely out of tune, and it's hilarious. When you get older and you're romantic and you've both had a glass of wine or two, right? And she's singing and it's really off key. Is that not fucking sexy? So we changed, but not the song. And I wanted to do the version true to my own autobiographic, okay? I'm only part black, considering what Kanye is saying. Okay, he says he's Jewish. Great. I'm black. Why do I have to wake up and discover that I'm a woman? I didn't. People get away with that all the time. I woke up and discovered I was Kanye West.
Honey, you do me wrong, but still I'm crazy about
show. Blues is back like a heart attack. Oh, I'm listening to the Sirius XM constantly, regularly, and my favorite channels include middle and last is the Bluesville channel. They call it B.B. King's Bluesville channel, but it is far from Solamente the Kings. It belongs to a whole new generation, like over at the Bluegrass channel, they call it Newgrass. And there's new blues and new jocks. Bonamassa is king over there, as he rightfully should be, and he's leading the way. He's got a great show. And I thought, okay, what do I have to offer? In Kendo and Kenjutsu, if you're working with a live sword, after about 15 years, one of the ultimate compliments that you'll get as you begin to approach senior or black belt level, and there's probably 8 degrees of that, finally, you'll be considered a mirror image of your teacher, who is a mirror image of his teacher, and so forth, all the way back. My one teacher, Tsuyoshi Akeshi-san, was a mirror image of his teacher going all the way back to about 1896. Traced literally to that, but that's not that far in the greater scheme of time. My grandfather came to the United States in 1896, not with a live samurai sword in his hand, more like $4 American. More about that later. Many of our fiercest warriors today carry a guitar, an electrical one. You know exactly what I'm referring to. And the mirror image of our master is a compliment. Eddie Van Halen was an Eric Clapton acolyte. He followed him like a disciple. Eddie could barely afford shoelaces when he was learning to play guitar. He had one gold top Les Paul. I used to sit right across from him in his little room, almost knee to knee touching. He slept on crates with a mattress on it. He would sit on the mattress and I'd sit on the amp right in front of him on the Marshall Stag bottom, right in front of him, our knees almost touching, and writing the songs as we became famous for. And there was one poster, it was Eric Clapton, who is the mirror image of 24 other folks that he was a disciple of, who is a mirror image. Ed started off as a mirror image of Eric Clapton and then took it way beyond the curtain of space, across the trackless void. My contribution frequently was emotional content. I think we could probably summarize it as, you got to keep moving, babe. You got to keep moving, baby, or you get left behind. You know I never lied to you, baby, don't you get me wrong. And though I wasn't true to you, baby, don't you get me wrong. 'Cause satisfying you, the thing that gets me off. Hey! I do a lot of thinking, some I should think about. Ah, yeah. But just a little something, you know I can't live without. Ah, yeah. A fever that's a burning just can't slow me down. Hey! Don't piss me off, don't cool me down. I've been lied to, town to town.
talking dirty, dressing clean, dancing nasty by the record machine. Do the walk, love the ball, just one look, I believe that's all. Little girl like the boogie woogie, looks so fine like some sweet sugar. Destination is on the floor, giving it up just a little bit more. Hey baby, can I be excused? I can't take no more. Hey, don't piss me off, don't cool me down. I'm in line to town to town. You got something, just blow my top. Hey now, baby, when you drive me crazy when it comes to your love, well, I ain't a bit lazy. Don't piss me off, yeah, don't pull me down. Oh, yeah, I've been lied to. Town to town, I can't take no more. Not that kind of love. I can't take no more.
Bienvenido a Dave TV, la primer radiotransmisión gráfica completamente internacional. Dave TV, solo lo hacemos porque te queremos. Dave TV.
We appreciate the opportunity that you've given us to come into your homes today.
Roth Show. Now that we have the internet, Brazil is constantly in the news. Whether it's championship bull riders, what could be more American than Texas Cowboy bull riding competition? And it's all Brazilian champions that are up there in top place. South American culture in general through the grid, the internet, Facebook. There's a whole interconnectivity. Back when I was in high school, you had KW, one radio station that maybe was news half the time and sombreros style. I recollect when I mentioned to Warner Brothers Records back in the early 80s, I said, I think there's going to be Spanish-speaking rock and roll stations, and I think they're going to have their own dance stations and everything on top of mariachi or calidad style. And they laughed at me. Oye, nos vamos. That was in Spanish, but now here comes Portuguese. Brazilian style, very different than Mexican style. Both beautiful, but very, very diferente. The mixed martial arts that we know, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, oof, you know the impact of that. And that's the attitude of an entire country. We have 8 moves, we challenge the world. No weight divisions. Do you need the countdown? Favela style. Favela is slang for slum. These are settlements on the sides of the hills. You don't have property, you don't have a front yard or a backyard, you have what's called a slab, a concrete or cement slab, and they're stacked, and you call it 15th slab, 24th slab, and it always works its way up a hill. The song I'm singing is in Brasileira style. That's a favela, which is right outside of Rio.
Seja se morrendo, porque desde pequeno lugar já está nessa candelina. Sonhos de latas, nós merecemos os beijos do lado dos caros amassas. Olha na rua
baionagem, que sombra e sonho pirate pulando do lamaçal. Basta ouvir violão, já estar parando. Tem que dar cura ao espírito, tem que saravar e dizer poema. Seja se moreno, porque há desde pequeno lugar já está nessa candelina. Sonhos e sonhos diladas, nós merecemos os beijos do lado dos caros amassas. Uri na rua de baionagem, que sombra e sonho piragem pulando do lamaçal. Basta ouvir violão, já estar parando. Basta ouvir violão, já estar parando. Nós merecemos os beijos do lado dos caros amassas. Uri na rua de baionagem, que sombra e sonho piragem pulando do lamaçal. Basta ouvir violão, já estar parando. Basta ouvir violão, já estar parando. Bubba's Hot Pit Barbecue actually exists, and it's not just for breakfast anymore, Tom. Dave Roth here, sitting here with Podcast Tom. Tom, I suspect you may have been raised on barbecue. You can't hear him, so I'm going to answer for him. Oh, fuck yeah. Delinquent daughters, saddle aces, wild at the mini mall, going places. That's America for me. I pledge allegiance to cable TV. One nation under Sirius XM. Yeah, but I'm kidding and I'm not kidding, okay? Sirius is fried chicken. And by the way, have you ever noticed that when you look at the Colonel, every stoner knows this, it looks like he's sticking his tongue out and going like Gene Simmons. Just blur your eyes a little, not while you're driving. Okay, I learned while I was driving. They used to say in South America, and they're very much more developed now, that if you want to conquer the South, you got to go north. And what they meant was you got to go to Miami in order to record in Espanol or Portuguese or Uruguayano. I got to say this all correcto, man. How do you say? Hondureño is very different than Peruviano, which is different than, come on, Tom, you can do all of this. And everybody is very picky about the accent and how the sound on what kind of drum, and as it should be. Hello, Cubano is different than Boricua. Coño is in Scarface about 1,000 and 1,500 times. It essentially means pussy, but you don't mean pussy. You can use it to mean hey or cool or exclamatory. Like when I say the word shit, I don't mean any connection to excrement whatsoever when I go, Tom, you gotta taste this shit. This is the shit. It's a direct connection to excrement when I go, oh, dude, I saw them play live last night. It sounded like shit. James Brown sang this song in one of the Rocky movies. Quick quiz, which one was it? They're walking through. Did you just tell me I'm number one, Tom? Or that it's in the first? That's why I keep re-enlisting these guys. This crew around here, they just can't stay put. Superhighway, coast to coast, easy to get anywhere. Straight up the middle, baby, that's where I goes. Slide behind the wheel, honey, how does
destination that's too far. Somewhere along the way, we'll find out who you are. Yours truly, David Lee Roth. Music, attitude, spoken word, Zen, and the art of mojo maintenance. Hubcaps, trailer parks, and heart attacks. Then a heart attack. Gettysburg, big rig trucking school. World famous Bubba's Hot Pit Barbecue. Delinquent daughters, going places. Reform school girls, saddle aces. She's a dish, ooh, she's a doll. Wild for kicks at the mini mall. No destination that's too far. Somewhere along the way, we'll find out who you are. Come to me, baby. From Broadway to Cheyenne, this is wild, yes I am. Guns and guitars, bikinis and fast cars. Time to waste.
I grew up with the Grateful Dead. They were constantly in the background, constantly in the foreground, constantly the cultural pivot of the 1960s. I'm a 1960s kid. I remember cracking Life magazine, and there in the middle it was The Flower Children. Nothing summarizes Haight-Ashbury more efficiently, more effectively, and more emotionally for me than the sound of the Grateful Dead. A very dear friend of mine, John Mayer, has now picked up where Jerry Garcia left off. And Jerry Garcia goes beyond icon. He goes beyond an example. He's an ice cream. Tom, when you finally make it in my musical division, you become an ice cream. And who doesn't like Cherry Garcia? I'm thinking stripper mint. Fat-free, packed with sugar, so bad for me. No? Stay focused. Sweet Jesus.
Down the Chakio Road, headed out to Crete, Nebraska. Trying my best to set the highway on fire, but my bicycle won't go no faster. Chakio Road is a mother, just like those so many others. Well, the children respect you, and the police inspect you. Looking inside the trunk, under the hood, hoping to find the secret places where you always keep your mind. Oh, no, Chakio Road. Abby and Rue are lying in jail, learning about the price of being free. Trying to live the constitutional life, but being held back by hypocrisy. Carry the load, my brother, just like those so many others. Ooh, the children rejected I've always inspected. You're tied to the chair, better cool it. Bow down, yeah. Is that the way of the American flag? Whoa, Lord, carry the load. And I'm singing, Jockey-o, Jockey-o, roll. Jockey-o, Jockey-o, roll. Jockey-o, Jockey-o, roll. Jockey-o, Jockey-o, roll. If you're looking for some trouble, you can find it on the Jockey-o road. Barbed wire fence, 55 years of pollution. Everyone knows how the puzzle was laid, but can anyone recall the solution? Jockey-o Road is a mother, just like oh so many others. Well, the people elect you, and they never elect you. No reason to cause that you may have perfectly sound. The blind look is gonna try and put it down. Oh no, Jockey-o Road. And I'm singing, Jockey-o, Jockey-o Road. Jockey-o, Jockey-o Road. Jockey-o, Jockey-o Road. Jockey-o, Jockey-o Road. If you're looking for some trouble, you can find it on the Jockey-o Road.
Bohemian Rhapsody, played on the ukulele by Jake Shimabukuro, is exquisite. Jake's playing is astonishing, and the composition, what Brian and Freddie did, is beyond emotional content. But compositionally, it's right on the money. Bernstein would have said, perfect. Perfect. It's a piece that can be played on a ukulele or a 110-piece, 70 strings, 30 winds, timpani, my favorite instrument, the gong, Tom's favorite instrument, the triangle. Who doesn't like the gong? Jamie's Crying uses what we call a parlor trick in symphonic arrangement, in that I juxtaposed, which is a symphonic word that usually makes me laugh, like probe. So probing juxtapositionally, I took a very sad lyric and placed it against a happy melody. If she's crying, why do I sound so happy? Am I the one that caused that? Also, I ain't got nobody. Ain't nobody cares for me. Why do I sound so happy? It's called a parlor trick. We juxtapose the unexpected with the expected, like Reese peanut butter cups. No way. This is no way that peanut butter is going to go together well with Oh, why am I crying? When we do this, and Jamie's crying, and we sound a little bit happy, could it be that we are about to transcend the misery which we are experiencing together here today? Because you must be strong to get on through the night. There's a new day on the other side, and that's why God created mandolins. Amen.
She saw the look in his eyes, and she knew better. He wanted her tonight, and it was now or never. It made her feel so sad. Oh, Jamie's crying. Oh, Jamie wouldn't say all right. She knew he'd forget her, and so they said a good night. And now he's gone forever. She wants to send him a letter, whoa yeah, just to try to make herself feel better. It said, give me a call sometime, but she knows just what that'll get her. Oh, Jamie's crying. Oh, Jamie's crying. Now Jamie's been in love before, and she knows what love is for. It should mean just a little bit more than one night stand. She wants to send him a letter, whoa yeah, just to try to make herself feel better. It said, give me a call sometime, but she knows just what that'll get her. Oh, Jamie's crying. Oh, Jamie's crying. Oh, Jamie's crying. Oh, Jamie's crying.
Roth Show. I described with some hilarity about breaking down halfway from the Golden West Ballroom, which was down at Huntington Beach, Norwalk actually, and here there was a huge long stretch of highway that had no lights on it. About an hour it took to drive an Opel Kadett station wagon loaded with PA equipment at 2:30 and 3 in the morning, going about 40 miles an hour. If I broke down, there was one off-ramp, and that was Arizona Street, where it hits into the Pomona Freeway. You had to veer and stop there. Now, here's the other side of the rock and roll coin. I grew up in Southern California, órale, and you become very, very at ease and familiar con otras culturas, okay? Because when you get off on Arizona Street, you enter into hip-hop territory. That's Aztlan, Inland Empire. Entire blocks of radio stations are dedicated to this kind of music. Pitbull can tell you about this. This is College Station outside of Atlanta. This is a Beyonce video. This is a Pusha T biography. This is the hood, Perro de Barrio. Okay, it's completamente español. There's a little bit of African American there, and this is constantly on the front of Rolling Stone. When Bad Bunny sings, who do you think he's singing to, is he? You've seen the two fellas who are working around here. I asked them, where are you from? They say Pomona. I'm sure they know Arizona Street completamente, or their grandmother, aguantadoras. That's Spanish for those who have endured. I'm sure their grandparents, who may have actually raised them, lived on Arizona Street, or that's where they started. I worked around there when I did my EMT training. Santa Marta Hospital is right down the street, or the freeway. And Indio, where Coachella is held, is where I did New Year's Eve. Ooh, that was a hoot. The Mariana Maravilla boys shot up the Hemet police station that night. I mean, actually surrounded it engine style and George Custard, and it was noisy, and hey, that's what you sign up for. Pitch in a little bit. It's not just a job, Tom. The culture we really see on the MTV, BET, streaming, this is the Twitter feed, this is where all the new ideas, shoes, haircuts come from, starts at Boyle Heights. Very familiar, it's right around Dodger Stadium where the LA River is. And if you work your way south just a little, you're gonna run right into the Harbor Freeway. Harbor Freeway is kind of the meridian line, because if you head south, now you're in Whittier, see. Now you're in Compton. These are very, very familiar names in hip-hop culture, in salsa culture. This is, farther and farther downtown. Wilmington, San Pedro, Huntington. These are names that you write across your belly, see. These are names that you write all the way across your, so San Pedro, Venice boys, all right? And the farther south you go, deeper it gets. Put your sunglasses on, act like you've been here before, Tom. Lowrider culture is way more than just the car, you see.
Trick baby, trouble man. Hell up in Hollywood, ain't no flim flam. The mag is back, cool as they come. West Coast bound and then some. Hey baby, jump in the car. Solar sparks twinkle, movie stars wrinkle on my Malibu beaches below. My New York City window was the best there ever was. Guess it was just time to go. Get ready tonight. Let's take a ride south of the Harbor Freeway. Get ready tonight. Let's take a ride. Gas up and ready to go. Yo, you ain't seen nothing yet. First verse to last blast. What you see is what you get. She's a glamorous girl, strutting a stunt, looking good. I ain't making it up. I'm a king of the world because I'm man enough, and I'm looking good, and I got the stuff. Solar sparks twinkle, movie stars wrinkle on my Malibu beaches below. My New York City window